What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started today, I gotta say thank God for another day and another opportunity. Now, as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today I got another special video in store for y'all. Now, this is gonna be my NBA 2K24 Dream Center Shaq Diesel build in NBA 2K23 to give y'all a feel of what my center build is gonna be in the new year. Now, with this one today, this one's gonna be a straight up post scorer. Now, we're gonna be really balanced, but as far as for the defensive and the finishing end, this build is gonna be the complete package and literally everything that you can want out of a big man center. As for the breakdown of the physicals, the build only gets better from there on out. And from the gameplay, this build definitely reminds me of Shaq, not only because of how it plays, but with the abilities and what we can do. Now look, for those of y'all who are coming through, if it's your first time, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for Thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be getting back to y'all with a response. So one last thank you to those of y'all coming through. And as you can see, with this build today, you are definitely in store for something special. I want to be sure that I guide y'all in the right direction anytime I drop a video, and especially when it comes to making builds in the new year, pro play is definitely something that needs to be taken into consideration. That is something that we were not able to use and see throughout 2K23, but this new year is going to completely change the dynamic. So let's go ahead and get started with the breakdown of today's build. So the first thing that we must do is put it under the center position. Moving forward today, there's a lot of different things that can change from 2K23 to 2K24. As for these physicals, put the height to 7'1". Moving on to the weight, I decided to go with 245. And then as for the wingspan, I'm going to go with 7'4". Now the body shape I like best is going to be built. And from here we're all set to move forward and get started with today's creation. So the first area that I do want to get started with will be the stamina and the physicals. Put this stamina up to a 90. Now this will be adjustable to your own liking. As for the vertical, I'm going to go with the 79. Moving on to our strength, I decided to go with a 95. As for the acceleration, put this to a 55. And for the speed, put this up to a 64. And right there, this is what the physicals will be looking like. Now, if these numbers look anything similar in NBA 2K24, and we do have the ability to get that Gemrat badge, these numbers do have the potential to look a lot better, especially with a 99 strength. Now, if you want to make any adjustments going forward, go ahead and do so now. But from here, let's get started with the defensive end. So as for the defensive rebound, I'm going to put this up to a 93. Moving on to the offensive side, put this to an 80. And as for the block, I'm going to go with an 88. Now the threshold may be different in the new 2K. Go ahead and put it to your own liking as well. But just something to take into consideration because I'm basing everything, of course, off of the animations and requirements in NBA 2K23. This template is really going to help a lot of people out, especially if you're not sure what to make going into 2K24. I definitely got y'all covered for that. Now the rest of the area, as for the defensive and rebounding, is perfect. As for the badges that we were able to unlock, this is somewhat of what we should be expecting. Now we do have Hall of Fame rebounding badges, same with the rim protecting. And as for if you do decide to put more badges towards that perimeter defense or steal, there's extra badges that you may be able to equip. Now I'm going to leave the numbers like this. As for the defensive end, moving on to the playmaking, put that pass accuracy to a 50. As for the ball handle, I'm going to go with a 35. Now this number will change to your own liking, but just for batch purposes, go ahead and put 3 more ticks up on this area. Now for the shooting, I'm going to go with the 45 for the mid-range shot, 45 for the free throw, and then to wrap everything up with the finishing, let's go ahead and get started. So the main area that I do want to focus on is definitely going to be the standing dunk. I'm going to go with a 99. Now moving on to our post control, I'm going to go with an 88. And right there, this build already looks pretty solid when it comes down to the interior. As for that driving dunk, I'm going to go with the 74. And then moving on to this driving layup, I'm going to go with the 70. Now, if you want to, this number will change depending on how you want to go with the close shot rating. So for my best interest on this build to be a true post scorer and more like Shaq, I would go ahead and decide to put this rating up to an 85. Now you have a few more areas that you can attack after. Something that I would consider would be that free throw, and you can raise or lower any of the numbers to your own liking and base it more so out of your own play style. Now this is what my center build is going to be looking like going into NBA 2K24, and as for these badges, a majority of them are going to be on the Hall of Fame tier. As for the finishing, I'm pretty happy that we do get posterizer, all of the contact dunks for the big men, and as for the defensive end, I think you have everything and more needed to be a true two-way threat. Now, not only are we going to be able to get contact dunks, but I still do believe in the new 2K, regardless of what your ball handle rating will be, there's still going to be some way to dribble on taller builds. Now, that's something that I would take into consideration. As for these takeovers, we get the rim protecting, also the glass cleaning, and then the post scoring. Now, if you want to be exactly like Shaq, the first one that I'm going to pick is going to be stuff blocks or paint intimidation. Now, I would say stuff blocks. The second one, the glass cleaning, is definitely attractive. I would go with see the future takeover. But if you're looking to be more like his offensive side, definitely go ahead and pick power backdowns as the first takeover. Now, the second one, you can go with double or go ahead and pick a different post scoring. I think that advanced post moves and post shot dagger seems more like it. Really go ahead and base everything to your own liking. But what I think is going to be best overall for today's build is going to be paint intimidation or see the future takeover. Now base it off of what you think is going to be better for your own playstyle, and these are going to be the two takeovers for mine. So let's go ahead and move forward to make sure that we made the build correctly. And if you followed every single step of the way, we should be able to get these three comparisons. And now as y'all can see together, we have created the one and only Shaq Diesel, also known as the Paint Beast build in NBA 2K23, and this is going to be my center build in NBA 2K24 and the template that I am looking to replicate. Now with this build, we do need to take a few things into consideration regardless if it's 2K24 or 2K23. I'm pretty sure we have the ability to buy our own boost. Also, if you do run with a teammate with the badge Hall of Fame Floor General, if it's still in 2K, that's something that you do need to think about. And then also on top of that, the attribute boost that we do get from activating our takeovers and the one that we get from gradually playing better throughout a game makes this build a whole lot better. Now let me know down below your thoughts and opinion on today's creation. What kind of build are you looking to make in NBA 2K24 for Season 1? Are you looking to recreate this one? And before we get out of here, if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family. And last but definitely not least, comment down TG for Thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from. And I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. Now, I'm going to continue the series until NBA 2K24 drops. So for those of y'all who have been supporting, thank you so much, and more so than anything, thank God for another day and another opportunity. And before we get out of here, with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.